I am Justin Onette Graham.
And I'm Nariba Shepherd.
And this is Terms of Service. That feels so good. And also, happy Black History Month.
You damn right.
Yes.
Tis the season.
Yes. And also, I want people to know that this is extremely important because for us, it's Black History Month every goddamn day.
Yes.
So I don't want people out here thinking just like, excuse me, y'all haven't been like dropping anything for Black History Month. It's just like, again,
every day.
It's every day because like we are about that life.
Yes.
So Nariba, how are you?
Well.
Just well?
It's the day before Valentine's Day.
Okay.
And it's like after your birthday.
Okay, thank you.
And I'm just like glad to see your face and that we're recording today.
Oh, why thank you. I accept that. I receive it.
We're spending Galentine's together.
We are spending Galentine's Day together. I don't know what that means though.
It's just with your pals, your gal pals.
Oh, your gal pals.
You hang out and you're like, and everyone's my gal pals because I'm a gal and y'all are my pals.
I love that. Perfect. Well, on that note, this gal's doing great. So thank you so much. And also, this episode is a ridiculously special treat for a multitude of reasons. But also, we have our lovely producer, Max, back on the mic.
Howdy, this gal's also doing great.
What's been going on, Max?
Oh, just back behind the stick, bartending again.
Yeah.
Whipping up some crazy concoctions in my head.
Yeah.
We'll get there. We're actioning them right now.
Yes.
Okay, nice.
And doing this.
Sweet.
Just so everyone remembers, Max is a Cancer.
Yes,
and
indeed.
we love him.
Yes, we do. And he is quite emotional.
Oh, real emotional. Every time Reba shares memes, they're always calling me out. Every single Cancer meme calls me out, and
I got a lot of Cancers in my life. I love y'all, but y'all are one with your feelings, and you're also like feelings on the sleeve type bitches.
Yeah,
so like
y'all were talking about holding feelings back in the last episode we recorded, and it's going to come out later.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking, like, I don't wear my emotions on my sleeve. Like, my emotions are my sleeve.
Yeah.
Like, there's no like it's.
I do not understand it, but I appreciate it.
I definitely appreciate it.
As a whole ass Aries, I'm like, no.
That is real. And
just be a crybaby.
And as I have come to realize, Nariba, that a bit of Aries energy is making sure that everyone knows that you're a goddamn Aries.
Yes.
I
110%.
feel like it's the astrological, like,
we are
vegan.
baby. We are baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's real.
Because literally we're the babies of the zodiac signs.
Well, I'm here for it. And you know what else I'm here for?
What?
Our guest.
You damn right.
Yeah.
Hey.
We have Kenyatta Forbes with us.
Yes.
And this is so exciting. And I want to say that this is an interactive episode, but it could be an interactive episode.
My God.
And we're going to get into that a little bit later. Kenyatta, how are you?
Good. Grand rising. Let me
Rise and shine. Okay, there we go. Let's go.
Let me quit.
God.
That is totally not anything I ever say.
I'm just like
Those TikToks are on lock, though.
Grand Rising Queen. There we go.
How you expect me to take care of you if you can't even clean up my shit? Sorry. I had to have that moment.
No, that's fair. Well, I guess putting that moment, pushing it a bit further. Kenyatta, what's your sign?
Yeah.
I am a Gemini.
All right.
Yeah, but I've actually been told that I'm much calmer. I don't know if that actually really means than most Geminis, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a Gemini.
Sweet. Awesome.
Geminis are like my favorite.
We've had a few Geminis.
Yeah. Some of my fave people are Geminis. I think it's because I like people who are same, different to me, and Geminis are same, different with themselves. And I respect that.
100%.
It's from like the inside out.
Yeah.
You are built of contradictions in the best possible way.
I agree.
Damn, I love that.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And y'all have like So I feel like Gemini twins are actually just one Taurus and one Cancer, and you're in the middle of both of them. So it's like, this is sense. This makes sense.
Yeah.
Because
Nice.
I agree
because
with
y'all
that.
are hella grounded, and I feel like that shouldn't be possible. But it's for an air sign, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the star just went over our lovely setup here. The more you know.
Yes.
Yeah. And on that after school special note,
Yeah.
let's get into it. Yeah.
I'm just a bill.
Yes. So, Kenyatta,
Yeah.
let's start from the beginning. Where are you from? Talk to us about your background.
Yeah.
Let's
I've got
go.
I was born in Chicago. I was born by a river. I was born in Chicago, some time ago. We don't think it in ages, but I was born in Chicago, but raised actually until I was in 8th grade in the burbs, so in Aurora, Illinois.
Okay.
Just west.
Nice.
And then came back out here with my family in high school, went to Curie.
Great.
Was all up in all the performing arts types of things.
Love it.
And have moved in and out a couple times, but Chicago is always home. But actually, in like 2 months, I'll be moving to the Bay Area.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, okay. The land of Saweetie.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and all of her sauces. Apparently,
Yeah, and
All of the sauces.
all the sauces.
That's
I was
right.
mad as hell when I got it, and I was like, this is already,
This is already sauce.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was something new, but it's like, no, they just like
Right.
it still didn't do barbecue. It still didn't slap for me.
Nope.
I'm just sweet and sour bitch.
Yeah.
I guess.
But I just gotta say, really, really quick, and I cannot take credit for this because the marvel that is Black Twitter has really has kept me up to date with just that artist specifically. Just like, well, girl, who manages you? Because just out there, I'm just like, you know what? You get you get like a makeup deal, you get a whole ass like McDonald's meal, and people are like, where the album at? I was like, it don't even matter at this point.
Well, I mean, look at Rihanna. We've been asking for an album since, and she was like,
But
you
she
know
gave
what?
us a baby.
And
Like,
Rihanna,
congratulations.
yes, congratulations,
I'm so
Rihanna.
excited.
Official
Yes.
congratulations.
I
on the
was
podcast.
like
Yes,
depressed AF to the point where like I found out that Rihanna's pregnant, and my friends
by
were
some dude?
my
By
friends
some
were
dude?
by local man.
We usually talk about sponsoring us, but this podcast is ready to sponsor that baby.
Yeah. Okay. So, but like,
Black excellence on its way.
it was so, my depression was so bad that when I didn't post about it on Instagram immediately, my friends texted and DM'd me the pictures of Rihanna. And my response was posted on Saturdays like, listen, bitches, I'm depressed. I'll get back to you when I get back to you. But I will respond to text messages because I'm not rude. But like, so congratulations, Rihanna.
Yeah.
You're a Pisces. That's cool. But you'll always be an Aries queen to me.
That's fair. That's
Aries.
Yeah, I love
Justin.
it.
Okay, yeah, I mean, again, the vegans of the zodiac. So,
I'm okay with it.
But I'm here for it. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about it at all. So, Kenyatta, you're moving out west, specifically to the Bay Area, which is fine, dandy, and all of that. But let's dive a bit into your background, not just like where you're from, because for those of you that do not know, I've known Kenyatta for a handful of years.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, it has been a minute. Before this, we ran into one another a couple years ago.
Yeah, it's been
At,
a
like, this
second.
restaurant, like, right
up the street.
Yeah. And so I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know if like you were looking through the window, or, like I was just like daydreaming through the window, and I was like, "Is that Kenyatta?" And then it just kind of,
I'm
happened.
kind of an elusive. I come out,
Gemini.
but I what's the saying? I'm
Gemini.
I'm not for the streets. I'm for the sheets.
You're a
You know
Gemini.
what I mean? So
if that is not the name of this episode, then we are doing it wrong. We are doing it wrong.
yeah, I pop out, but like it's it's intentional.
This whole body, okay. Well, and we really love your intentionality with you being with us today.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, when I met you, you were just doing so much, but also you were with should I drop the name?
Who was I with?
Mozilla.
Oh yeah, that was when I was with Firefox.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that in a minute.
Yeah, they still exist. They're out there. It's a browser. Which
is
it's
funny to
slightly
think.
above Yahoo. But
Yeah, it's
what is that
funny.
saying anymore?
I read a Yahoo
Yeah.
article the other day, and halfway through the article, I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah,
But I
but it's better
finished
than
it.
AOL though. You know, what I mean? We've
Do not contact terms of service with an AOL.
I see
handle,
it though. I
please.
still see it.
I know,
every
it's
once
real.
in a while, and
I
I
do
have
too,
so
and
many
it's like,
questions.
how?
When it happens.
But yeah,
How are you logging in?
How are you logging in? It's just like,
Do you still have to do the?
They got
Exactly.
They
It's
got
just like,
grandfathered in.
what server is hosting that information? But I feel better about AOL versus Netscape.
Ooh,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let me take it way back.
yeah.
So yeah.
Fair.
I wonder if I could actually I'm not even gonna try it. I was just like, let me see if I can download the
I was
Netscape
like,
browser.
I used Ask Jeeves the other day just for fun.
AJ.com?
Yeah.
Still exists?
Yeah, is that the
Yes.
thing?
I side eye Bing. No offense.
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah.
Side eye.
I did not like that. I was like, it feels forced.
Yeah.
Yes.
It feels like when everyone had iPods and my boyfriend was like, I got
Everyone
a Zune.
still has iPods though.
I
Everyone
dated
still
a
has
Zune
iPods because it
dude.
has now evolved into your iPhone.
Yeah, I know. Everyone still has them. But what I'm saying is I dated a dude who swore that Zune was it. It was next.
Yeah.
You know?
It's giving like Napster.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Apparently, Napster pays the artists the most out of any streaming service.
That doesn't surprise me though, because they
What
were all
is-
about like take it all for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
It's just
So,
like it is public domain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have at it. Have
All
at
right.
it. So
Yeah, I was like, what is this? Is a beautiful
Listen,
cocktail.
I'm taking a picture of this right now because
because it's
this
necessary.
tropical rum drink,
Yes, with ritual beverage, rum alternative. Let them
pineapple
know.
syrup, lime juice, hibiscus tea, bitters float. Let me take you on a visual journey. First of all, we have a very how would you describe this glassware?
So that is very Jungle Bird.
Very Jungle Bird.
Very
Heard,
Jungle
heard, heard,
Bird.
heard,
It's
heard.
giving
me
it's
tiki.
it's
giving me the tiki
yes, but it's
flavor.
giving appropriate tiki in the month of black, and that
Yes.
is what is happening. And also it's giving like it's giving Birdcage.
I'm gonna make Andrew watch Birdcage. I'm so excited.
Oh yeah.
In college, my friend had a fundraiser for removing his titties,
Oh, nice.
and it was the Birdcage themed. And my friend Jesse and I went as the chorus.
Ugh.
It was just the two of us, but we dressed up in our like high school graduation robes with leotards underneath,
I'm here for it.
and it was beautiful.
Hank Azaria's bit about not being able to walk in shoes is like one of my favorite pieces of comedy.
Amazing. Yes.
It's just
Mhm.
It's delicious.
cuts
Yes.
me up.
Yes. Okay,
It's a good
that
one.
is fire.
That's super
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Yeah, that is
It has
a
a little bit
wonderful
of
stuff.
like hibiscus syrup floating on a sea of like sunset orange yellow
yes.
with the
and-
fucking garnishes.
Yes, and
Slushy.
the crushed ice,
Yes.
which, you know.
It could almost be like a Rihanna celebration cocktail.
I mean, you know what? Cheers to that.
Cheers to Rihanna.
Cheers to that, you know?
Rihanna only and not local man.
Local
No.
man.
So there we
Local
go.
man is, I like local
Local
man.
man's fine. He's not as good as Rihanna, but he's
I actually
fine.
do.
Yeah,
I
he's
like him
fine.
a lot. Actually,
I like him a lot. I was
Yes,
like, you know,
but-
when I was like,
But for
he gave me
sake of
hope.
conversation,
Of course.
Okay,
Of
fine,
course.
fine,
just
fine,
local,
fine,
like,
fine.
just,
did
you
he?
know.
Is he the one who dated Iggy Azalea?
I think
I
so.
do not know that.
I believe so.
Yeah,
Right?
'Cause
Maybe I'm just
they were
blacking
dating
that
first,
out.
And then he was
Yeah.
like, "Let me make you a musician," and she's like, "Sure."
Yeah. Well.
Oh,
that's
I did
still-
not know
I did not
that.
know that
I think so.
at
right?
all.
No,
I
she-
thought
no,
Iggy
she's
been out for a
Azalea was
minute, though.
like
Okay,
with
yeah.
T.I.
It was Ti.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
it
was
was
the
T.I.
Yeah, it was,
beginning. That was the
no,
come
no,
up.
it was not local man. That's
no,
a different local
That's a
man.
different local man. That's
Very
like a
different
different,
local man.
that's
That's a
like
local man that can
Florida
stay
local
local.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, like
I can't.
Sorry.
I can't. I cannot.
local Florida man.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's not from Florida.
No, he is not. He is from Atlanta. But
Okay,
it's
so
okay.
just before we move on, local man ASAP is great. I enjoy his like bromance with Tyler the Creator, and the fact that like he had a music video with Rihanna, Fashion Killers, forever ago. Right. I was like praying for that shit to come through. So,
well, and
ups and downs, highs and lows. Drake is crying. ASAP won.
Yes, but also on top of that, it is really important for us to acknowledge that Rihanna was the first Black woman featured by Dior.
Yes.
And this local man was the first male highlighted by black male highlighted by Dior.
Oh, yes. Good for them.
Okay.
Yes.
So, but all of that is to say, Kenyatta, how did you get started?
Yeah. I was like, damn, which part? You know, that was a hard pivot, but I'll take it.
Just like, you know, as the kids say, skirt.
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Well, from my days at Firefox, I'm actually still in tech. So I work for Google now, which is, you know,
Google.
Yeah. The
right over there.
Yeah, the place where you can actually get information.
Okay. Yes.
When you put it into the browser.
AKA the internet.
Yes.
The internet.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, the internet. So I work in their education team.
Amazing.
But beyond that, you know, I've always considered myself to be a multi-potentialite. I don't know if you've heard this term before. But yeah, I've got some other things that like pique my interest and keep me sane, if you will. So one of them being macrame. So I have a brand.
Urban macrame.
Urban macrame fiber.
Yes.
That's true. And
I need that in my life.
And then I also have this card game, which I hope we get a opportunity to play.
Oh, we're gonna get into it.
We're gonna get into it, and that just warms my heart. And isn't it urban macrame fibers?
That's correct. Yeah.
The art of knotting.
The art of knotting. That's actually what macrame translates to.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Love that.
Huh.
Yeah.
See, we're just learning all of the things.
The more you know.
Yeah.
I keep trying to do it, but I'm like really bad at following directions that aren't a recipe.
Ooh, okay.
Because like chef 100% through and through, but like my crafting is very low. Like one time my friend was like, let's do some shrooms and paint. And like the idea of painting stressed me out so much that I like laid on the staircase.
Yeah.
And just like really thought about what I was going to do. And this bitch like painted a flying lion playing a piano. Like I am not a visually like artistic person in that way.
Well, that's interesting you say that though, because for me, macrame is not about patterns or recipes or like instructions. So it's like learning. I used to do lots of workshops in the city of Chicago, but my teaching style was like, I'm going to teach you the foundations. I'm going to teach you the knots, and then I'm going to guide you so you can figure out what you want to actually make. And so like every person would kind of end in the workshop with something very different. Because I want you to like learn the skill so you can continue to do it. I hate going to workshops and you do the thing and you copy exactly what the person did, but then you can't continue from that. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I always had a little bit of a different teaching style.
Okay.
Interesting.
I respect that.
Well, let's get into this.
Oh, I forgot. And I was a teacher.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Oh, shit.
What?
Shit. Yeah.
I was a teacher at Chicago Public Schools for like almost 10 years. So
what, like,
oh wow.
Yeah.
What
I don't think I ever knew that.
Of like student body?
K through 8 predominantly.
Okay.
Lots of different subject areas. So you know,
I used to be a stunner in 8th grade.
Yeah.
I
was like
tip top of my class.
Yes. They thought that I thought that I was like, you know, like doing it. But when I think back to being an 8th grader, I just like, it's gonna sound so weird. I loved it. I was just like, oh, this is like, I was like, I'm not in high school yet, but also it's just like I'm grown and I'm getting grounded, but it's okay.
Yeah.
See,
I'm like, it's okay. I still feel like I'm doing the things.
Yeah.
You know?
I actually enjoyed middle school the most, honestly.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Middle school is just 7th and 8th grade, right? Just like
6.
Or does it,
sometimes 6. It depends on the
6
school.
through, okay.
But sometimes it could be 6.
So like I moved to the States permanently in that time period. So I was like moving from Trinidad to the States and knowing that I went through so much school and I was going back in like what classes we're doing.
Yeah.
So like I did 7th and 8th grade in 1 year.
Okay.
Because I was like, I'm not fucking doing this. Because it's like based on age here and not on like,
your actual,
the
like,
content
merit or,
of your
your proficiency level.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So my brother was hella annoying and basically like bullied them into skipping me a grade. But I had to like take all the tests and shit. Wow. So I feel like everyone else was like doing middle school and I was like, get into high school, get a 4.0, you can run away from your family and go to college on a scholarship. Like that was the motivation for me.
Right.
I was terrible at school and I did not like it until I went back to school as a full-grown adult 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I wish I was a full-grown adult going through middle school the first time. That would have been so much better.
So you just like walk in and be like, hiya, kids.
Yeah. Hey, fellow children.
Yeah, it's just like, there we are together.
But I did have a blast when I substitute taught 2nd grade in the pandemic.
Oh, I liked gym
at my old
teacher
school.
Max.
Oh, that's so
that
cute.
Was a good.
Yeah, I was a gym teacher for a little bit, which was silly. It's impossible to convince kids to do a workout with you over Zoom. And then I was 2nd grade at my old 2nd grade, and one of the teachers was still there. And as a kid, she was mean and scary. And as an adult, she's wonderful.
I was about to be like, she is still mean and scary. And I was like, no, but that's a good turnaround.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Well, that reminds me of when I was like middle school PE class. I'll never forget this man. If he is still around, hello. His name was Mr. Zarumba, and his like pull quote was, "You will be running." This man had us like 12 years a slave, like honestly running all the time. And that was his whole thing. It's just like, if you weren't moving fast enough, you have to start running. If you looked at him crazy, you would have to be running. It just became his entire personality. And as I got older and people were just like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. Like, and I'm like, Mr. Zarumba. And they're like, how did you know?
Mr. Gotta be running.
Mr. You gotta be running.
Yeah.
And you know what?
I don't like this man.
No, but I'm sure he was really wonderful outside of, but maybe not.
It's hard to tell.
It's a haunting. It's
just
50-50.
I don't know.
You never know.
But also, it's like, I know what it's like dealing with myself.
Fair.
But me in like 6th grade.
Yeah.
I just literally don't like running
about.
unless there's some sort of imminent danger.
Oh,
I'm not running anywhere.
Yeah. But let everybody up in here start running though.
Oh, I won't ask any questions.
Then
I'll run the fuck out.
Yeah.
I'm
then
like,
we're gone.
no.
Yeah. We'll get to where we're going. I'm like, what happened?
Y'all were running.
Okay. So one time backtrack. I went to the birthday party of a 21-year-old when I was 25. And I feel like that is the beginning of the divide when you're like, we are different ages and it's not that far apart. So my roommate decided to befriend a young man and invited him to go like get food with us at 3:00 in the morning at like a diner. And then she immediately panicked, Jessica. And when he went to use the bathroom in an alley, she ran away. She didn't like, she did not communicate with any of us. She was like, basically sent me a text message like 3 minutes later, I'll meet you at the diner.
Yeah.
But like she took off. And then other friend, she just abandoned us. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And then my other friend Bethany also ran and just like followed Jesse immediately. And this was the first time in my life that the white people both ran together.
That's funny.
Away and left me and my other roommate, well, not roommate at the time, but friend Rolando together. And we're just like, now we have to walk away from this poor man who was leaving to go with all of us because I did not choose this.
It's fair.
That's so interesting because usually I feel like white folks are like, what's going on?
Exactly.
I'm very curious,
Investigate this.
Exactly.
Yes, there's an axe there with some blood, but I think
Right.
it's just
No, it was
cool.
the opposite time.
And that makes me remember Kings of Comedy. Because I think, yes, it was D.L. Hughley during his set on Kings of Comedy talking about how, you know, if one black person starts running, we all start running. That's kind of
Immediately.
something that, like, you know,
Yes.
ties us together. But then it's just like, you know, well, what is going on over there? And they get like bopped upside the head. It's like, well, what the fuck just happened? It's like, well, you know, something was happening. But here you go.
collective running.
Collective running.
I learned about that from my Italian
TM,
gym teacher
TM.
who was not racist.
Yes.
I
Sarcasm
think I
in
learned
my
it from
voice.
D.L. Hughley.
That's fair.
But talk about race, you know.
Talk to us about this dope
Yeah.
as hell card game that we're
how it
going
came
to
to
be
be.
playing.
Yeah.
how it came,
So the game is called Trading Races. And
As
so
per Vice, the blackest card game
yes,
ever
Vice
played.
has dubbed it that, the blackest
Yes.
card game
Yes.
ever made. It's a culmination of a couple things. So I do have a formal kind of art background. So I have an MFA in film video animation from UIC.
Amazing.
Listen.
So I graduated. If I tell you that, I'll tell you my age, but I graduated.
Okay.
I feel like that. I was like, hold up. But while I was in grad school, most of my work centered on being a woman and centered on being black. And in grad school, I noticed that a lot of my professors just had a really difficult time talking about my work. And so that language or that conversation was really difficult or complex. And then fast forward, left art school because art school is traumatizing. Don't go ever. Especially for
Too
grad
late.
school. Do not do it. Fast forward when I'm teaching, and I noticed that there was just definitely like a lack of Black history in the curriculum. And so I'd use kind of like gamification with my kids before, and I was like, how can I gamify Black history to kind of get my kids interested in who these people are and their contributions to the community? And so that's kind of how those two, pathways, if you will, collided at a certain point.
I'm just sitting here like awestruck.
I'm just
because,
like staring at you while you're talking. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
And I feel like the lack of Black curriculum has gotten a lot of, media attention recently.
Yeah, last 2 years or so.
Yeah.
Media attention, but what has it changed?
Well, precisely
Yeah.
because there's this whole idea to where it's just like Black awareness and specifically Black education is somehow minimizing to white existence.
Yeah, which is interesting
Yeah.
because like I always think about it. I think I saw something on social media and it's like slavery is not Black history. Slavery is white history.
Exactly.
And there's always this like weird division between things that both communities are experiencing, right? And so it's interesting to see that argument happen around critical race theory.
Right.
Even it's like, I don't want my kids, they're not, unless they're in a graduate course at, what I mean? Like your second grader is not learning critical race theory now.
Yeah.
So it's really kind of like interesting to see people try to make having even a conversation about race divisive. But we've seen how not talking about something perpetuates, right? And doesn't move the conversation or us as humans forward.
Yeah.
So I have obviously, played this game before, and I love it, obviously. But so using this as a vehicle for like broader race conversations, I'd really like to just on our end between, myself, Nuiba, and Max that, have an extensive hospitality background.
Yeah.
Just think of ways to where like once we get into this, it's like how can we kind of like pivot that and place it within our realities.
Yeah. For me, like in any of the kind of side hustles or even my 9 to 5, it's always been or like the through line for me is that I'm always acting in service of others. And some, when I was a teacher, I was in service of my students, right? at Google is in service of educators around the globe. And so for me, like this game is also in service of others too, right? And so in terms of like the hospitality piece, like I find that some of my best, like I'm not ready for this. Okay. Some of my best facilitators.
Take your time.
Yeah.
Take your time.
So
We're
my
just
best-
trying to keep you hydrated.
Yeah, I love it.
Yes.
I've never been serviced like this before in my life.
Did you look at that ice though?
I'm like, is somebody gonna feed me a grape in a second?
I mean, perhaps
It could happen, right?
It could happen. Yes.
But I think like in terms of the hospitality connection, I've always enjoyed like taking the game into kind of bars or community spaces, right? And bringing an element of conversation or collective like sharing that may not exist in those spaces. So
Right.
I'll do some, when given the opportunity, like I have gone into some spaces here in Chicago. I've actually ran a program at Soho House or, other kind of bars that are around.
Right.
And just literally like commandeer a corner within a bar and then just invite people to come up and play the game. So like, I've never had like a formal marketing strategy. For me, it's just like, hey, just come and play.
Okay.
And it's like,
Love that so much.
Yeah, it's like, and I'm always still shocked when people are like, how can I buy? I'm like, oh, you want to buy it?
Yeah.
So like, even like, I've been, 4 or 5 years in, I always get, I'm humbled by that.
Right.
When they want to purchase something. But,
It also sounds so like really beautifully organic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And something so delicate, I think, as this conversation, it should be treated as such.
Right.
So, I'll get the funny questions of like, are you scared of who this could get in the hands of? And I'm like, what do you mean, like the KKK or something? Like, I think that might be actually interesting to see the KKK, because then they would have to know who the people are.
Right.
That
And
part.
so, and I'm a firm believer that like when you know somebody's story, you can't help but to understand them, right? It makes them, it brings out the humanity in them, right?
Yes.
So,
Right.
it could be interesting to see that though.
Yeah.
I love that viewpoint so much about using fun and gamifying everything for education, because I think it's, especially in the service industry, it's such an underrated aspect of education that people think that like, I mean, I'm in fine dining now, and the history, it's changing.
Yeah.
But the history has been, beat you down.
Yeah.
Reba, stop me if I'm wrong. I don't think you will. Beat you down, get you complacent, teach you by abuse, and then being mean as it goes on. And I think that if we're trying to make these things that are so elevated and so interesting and so complex, like why not have fun learning about it? Why not have fun tasting and trying and make a game out of it? See what you can do. Why not imbue this with mirth and joy?
My favorite bars or cocktail bars to go to are the ones where the bartender really takes the time to like educate you on what's happening in the drink, the spices, the bitters, like all of that stuff's happening. Like I love that, and that I'd pay $6-7 more for a cocktail to have that type of experience.
And you're just not going to get that with somebody who's being treated badly.
No.
They're not going to want to share that knowledge. They're going to want to get it done and get the fuck out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
100%.
So something that popped in to my head about like the overall just accessibility and just people like wanting to have this open environment is a ridiculous quote from the movie Clueless.
Yes.
Where it says,
I don't know where this is going.
it's going right here. It's just like, it does not say RSVP on the Statue of Liberty.
That
Okay.
is
This is
a
true.
good, that is
Exactly.
a surprisingly deep quote.
Yeah. And oddly enough, it fits.
Yes.
So for everyone that was looking at me crazy, you're welcome.
No one was looking at me crazy.
We're just here for the ride.
we-
When I got dressed this morning, I was like, how do I channel Clueless? And we just matched energies.
Yeah.
That's it.
So there we go.
There
You
we
are
go.
channeling Clueless. It is
Thank you.
giving Clueless.
Yes.
It is giving. All right. So I said this earlier before we started, but I'm going to say again. Last night I had a panic that I was about to discover that I don't know anything about blackness, even though as a black person, it's alarming.
You'll be fine.
But I also want to say that like Caribbean born people are just like raised to not learn about American Black culture because they want to keep that divide going. So I feel like all of like the information that I have about Blackness is from like going to middle school and high school in Orange, New Jersey, and like just being submerged completely in like East Coast like Black community
Don't get
life.
your own Blackness.
And well, no, but like, and then moving to Chicago, it's like this is a different brand of like Blackness. And so like I was just like, I'm nervous, I'm a little scared, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's happening.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, no, it's totally fun. It's totally fine too. Like for me, like Trading Races is like it's a part educational, part party game, but also like 100% thought provoking.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's gonna get at the core of what you don't know, but also what you do know and what you could offer to the conversation.
Amazing.
And there's something about like there's a learning curve or a learning edge. And
That's
to me,
great.
that's exactly where growth happens, right?
Yeah.
And so
Precisely.
it's where you want to be anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so before we get into it, we are beginning this game with another beautiful offering from Ritual Beverage,
A banger.
specifically with their whiskey alternative, featuring some strawberry vanilla rhubarb syrup and lemon oil served over this beautiful Corey ice cube. And what is interesting about Corey Ice very specifically is that they are a second chance program, and they also create their ice from the same steel made in samurai swords. So
It's so clear. I feel like I can see the future.
and the future is black.
Yes, it is.
So there you go. And clear. So there's
This
that.
is like a good take on a old fashioned.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, but like it's bringing a really interesting, kind of
It's
It's-
giving
it's
me
towing-
cream savers.
yeah, it's like it's towing the line of like
spiced
late winter
strawberry
Yeah.
cream
into
saver.
spring, but like it's a sipper. It's
I
a
really
nice-
like
it's a nice
how
sipper.
the zero proof. Well, what's the correct way to refer to it? Like liquor free
Ritual.
liquor,
spirit free.
spirit free liquor. I like the bite to it. I've been getting more into spicy drinks, and I just really like it.
The capsaicin is
Mhm.
popping on this
Yes.
one.
And so before we get into actually playing the game, one of the biggest questions, Kenyatta, I feel like when people hear this is it just for Black people? And I mean,
Yeah, I've been asked, is this game racist? I'm like, I don't know if it holds a system of oppression inside of it, but buy it and find out. Let me know. No, I think it is for everybody, especially in this day and age and this kind of social climate that we're in. There is clearly a division of acknowledgement, but also
Right.
understanding of Black history and how it's contributed to this country.
because
so I
American
think-
history is Black history.
Yeah, American history is Black history. So I think this game just basically gives people an opportunity to understand not only like where those gaps of knowledge lie, but also where maybe there's a little bit of unconscious bias for themselves as well. So I think to me, it's definitely a game for everyone to play. Now, it will be uncomfortable, but I think depending on where you're coming from, it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And the hope is that as you continue to play it, maybe that level of uncomfortability begins to decline.
Wow.
It's great. I'm very excited.
Well, on that note, why don't you
I'm not
lead us
sarcastic.
lead us
Can't see my
in?
face.
Yeah.
Lead us in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you guys pass these around. Keep it going.
Perfect. Keep
Everybody
it going.
has their.
Do we shuffle them? Do we look at them? Do we do nothing?
Yeah, you can look at
I
them.
can look
So
at
you
them?
want to kind of like.
Thank you.
Have you ever played spades before?
Yes, but I need to be reminded how to play it every time. I got a hand.
Oh,
Yeah, so it kind of, you want to play with a little bit of the strategy of spades. And so if somebody
I have
throws
not
out
played spades.
ever,
Ooh.
No, I know. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I know.
Why
Can
is
you
it
give
that
me
when
the
people say they don't know how to play spades, like all black people do is just yell, "Oh my God, you don't know how to play spades"? They like don't teach you how to play spades.
No.
Thank you. Thank you. Because every time that I've ever said it, it's just like, how the hell you don't know how to play spades? I was
I
like, you
just
gonna teach
learned
me?
how to, but we don't play spades in Trinidad. So like whenever
But it sounded like y'all played
It's about trumps and
spades.
stuff.
Well, you got well, kind of, yeah. So it kind of takes on a little bit of the mechanisms of spades, but it's not directly the same. So for instance, if somebody threw out a card that was like really, really black, you couldn't beat it. You'd want to throw out like a lower card. So like if somebody threw out like a Malcolm X and you're like, I can't beat that, I'm going to put down like, hey, Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
So the objective of the game is to win
amazing.
each round, right? So collectively, every person will put down a card or show their card in this particular setting.
Yeah.
And then we'll, as a collective group, decide which player has the blackest card. There's no set definition of blackness, so it's really all about what you bring, your historical knowledge, context, whatever it may be, your pettiest argument. There's really like no holds bar here, right?
Yes.
Point of order: can we Google things on the sly right now? If I don't know these people,
There's not,
or should I not?
I find in the instructions, it literally doesn't. I leave this out, especially because I understand it's an educational tool too. So some kids are just not gonna.
Sure.
Right. So I don't put it in there, but typically with adults, they tend not to. But
Okay.
it is what it is.
All right. I'll there's only I only have a couple of questions.
Fair. So yeah, every player just shows a card. We'll figure out who has the blackest. That player wins the round. The player with the most books, right? So when you win, that's a book. Player with the most books wins the game.
So books are the card.
Yeah. So like
the group of them that you get.
The group
called a book.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's gonna be a
so it's
prompt,
like
right?
It's like Uno.
No,
it's
it's
opposite
not.
of Uno.
It's not
It's
like
opposite
Uno.
of
It's
Uno.
more go
it's like spades.
fish.
Okay,
it's spades. It's spades. I'm trying to like
Yeah, I'm like don't.
give
It's
him
like
the
spades.
thing for.
So like
gin
if you
rummy.
win the round, you collect all of those cards from that round, and those cards represent a book.
That's
Yes.
right. Okay. All right. I have played this game before.
Yeah.
I'm saying this again.
Yeah.
And these are real facts.
Okay.
Yeah, so everybody should have you have cards from the base pack, and then you also have one Chicago card. But if you have something called a wild card, I don't know if anybody got one, but if you did, you can name anybody that you want. So
Dang.
you want that card with great power. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Want to be really,
Heard.
really intentional about that card.
Okay.
So that's basically it. That's the game. Like I left the
Fabulous.
rules pretty flex, you
Yeah.
know, because it's really all about the conversation.
Okay.
Great. So who starts?
Not me.
No.
So I dealt technically. So you go to the left. So there would
Okay.
be.
I would start.
Okay.
You're just gonna hold up your card, I guess.
Okay. I have.
It's like, do you start with someone who is going to trump, or do you start
That's what
like
I'm saying.
You
Like,
can come out kicking
Okay,
and shooting
all right.
if you.
I'm going to come out kicking with a James Baldwin.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
Oh no.
Fair.
Yeah. All right.
That is
All right.
All right.
I don't need to make an argument based on the sound you all made.
Not yet.
So we.
but we'll see.
Okay, we'll
Not
see.
yet. Not yet.
What are you
So
gonna
is it
do?
me?
Yeah.
All right. So then I'm going to follow up with an Al Sharpton.
Yeah. James still has it right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
James has it, but Al's a good
I would. I mean,
Yeah.
I would have saved that.
Oh,
I'm
good.
gonna play this a
I
little.
got it. We're gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna go.
That's a good one. I'm gonna play this a little shrewd. Not that I don't think they're wonderful or didn't have a crush on them as a kid, but Raven Simone, icon.
I'm
Raven
gonna say we can go ahead and put that card down.
Yeah, I was just like,
Yeah.
so
I believe she's
no.
the last time we checked in, she said she was not black.
I
This
did
is
not
entirely
remember
true.
that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, she says she's from every continent except for Africa.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
Is that the
I mean,
one?
this
Yeah.
is- this
Okay.
is-
Yeah. And that
Yeah, that tracks. That's why I
is
put
so
it down.
Raven.
But
Yeah,
some
so,
people
yeah.
like it because gay now. But like,
That's disappointing.
But
Yeah.
also,
But-
also,
It don't
I-
make
but
sense for
Didn't
me.
she not allow, I hate that word, but didn't her partner wear braids, and then there was a controversy, and then Raven said it's okay because I'm black, so my blackness
Yeah.
rubs off on her.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
I think more than two braids as a white person talking
Yeah.
about sober.
Well,
Yeah.
and also, I feel like the action of a black individual co-signing the fuckery and foolery of those that are not. It's just
problematic.
I saw
absolutely problematic.
some internet meme where it was like, great, you got one card. It's like, now go get another one from everyone else.
Yeah.
It's not
you gotta have a whole petition.
Yeah, it's not.
At least to me, like a minimum of like 1 million signatures.
Right.
You get 1 million signatures, yeah.
Then you like show me. I'm like, show me your paperwork.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, like let me see it.
Straight up.
I'm gonna actually go with I'm gonna do a throwaway card here. I'm gonna say Rachel Dolezal.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Also
Fascinated by her. Can't stop reading articles about her.
Can't start reading.
Because why?
Her name.
Yeah, this is
changed.
James Baldwin one. So
James Baldwin.
Give me Al
Sharpton was a good throw.
Yeah, but because I mean, also I was ready for Al Sharpton to be like torn the fuck down.
Yeah, I mean,
Because-
he's also like the person that people apologize to on the behalf. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He accepts communal apologies, which is
that's weird.
it is kind of weird.
Do we have to pick up?
Yeah, who does the winner?
So the winner starts the next round.
again?
Yeah.
There you go. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's kind of like with chess. You gotta you get a little bit of advance.
So we got
because you
chess
get to
and
start.
spades.
Yeah,
All right. Here for it.
my knowledge of chess is just limited to the Queen's Gambit.
I'm gonna throw away Mike Ditka.
Mike Ditka.
Mike, good old Mike.
Mike is.
I'm just gonna have to throw this
that
away.
That is a throwaway. Yeah.
Because
that's a throwaway.
I'm trying to save my strong cards for later.
That's real. Well, I mean, if we're just gonna be throwing it away, since I mean it's now we're getting V White, Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber. Damn.
Between those two, I still don't want either.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
No, I don't want either. But I'm gonna trump. But if we're keeping it in Chicago, you led with Ditka. I'm gonna counter with Jesse Jackson.
Okay, I'm not mad about this card.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, considering what's on the
what's on the table.
Right,
you know?
right, exactly.
Yeah.
These people are now part of my crew. I still stand by Jesse Jackson.
Okay.
I am going to go, just, conversation starter. I'm going to go with Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think, his
Michael Jackson is a black man.
Yeah, 100%.
That doesn't mean anything. We just had a conversation about Kanye West.
When?
Oh, he wasn't here for it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, no.
We don't have to have another one.
We don't have to rehash it. Though.
But so it's like...
He is a black man, but he's also said and done some pretty fucked up things about the black community.
Right.
So that's part of the thing? It's like, he is a black person, but what has he done?
But dealing with the emotional trauma of being black in America is a very black experience.
And the ascension of being a black man with whatever
under
sort
Joe
of
Jackson.
Yep.
Under Joe Jackson.
Oh, no, never.
Yeah,
never
there's a whole other.
Yes.
We had recap. So we had Ditka,
Mike
Bieber,
Jesse Jackson,
Michael would probably have to. I mean, if Justin
for the culture,
Bieber went over Michael Jackson, we would need
out
to
of the
be
two
canceled.
Jacksons.
No, it's not going to be Justin Bieber. It's definitely.
Oh no, it's not Justin Bieber.
Yeah, no.
But you know what? Reverend Jesse Jackson was the first black man to run for presidency.
That's true, and he has had a significant impact on.
Yeah,
the state
Rainbow
of
Push
Illinois.
Coalition has actually done a lot of work in the community.
But they know Michael Jordan in like Africa.
Jackson.
Oh, I thought you said Jordan.
Jordan would win.
No, Michael Jordan will never be in this game because he likes his money. He sued
That's what
Dominic.
That's what I was talking about. I thought you said Michael Jordan. That's why I went off. Okay, take it back, please.
No,
I heard the wrong one.
Okay.
I think my Max won this one.
I'm gonna go with Reverend Jesse Jackson.
Yeah.
I mean, I think just Michael is just a little bit too problematic.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, why are you saying Michael Jordan? I was like, don't do that.
No, Michael Jordan also, I feel like, was like, fuck them kids.
Yes.
I mean, for real.
Yeah.
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 All right, I'm gonna
No
need
shade to
to.
Mike, though. I don't want to be sued.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to learn something, so I'm gonna play this gentleman, Martin Baker.
Oh yeah.
I recognize the face, and I do not remember who he is.
So I wanted to put in like some random, like just super arbitrary random card. And so back like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, he got famous and he went viral as a meme, and he was always like on the phone snitching.
Oh, that's him.
I don't know this one.
He's got like a green striped
he was like
shirt
on a podium once, like, and like he was always snitching, and he used to be a Republican senator, I think, or something
really?
like that. Yeah.
Hilarious.
That's who Martin Baker is.
Hey, affecting pop culture.
Yeah. It was.
That's a good throw.
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay.
That's a good meme.
Let me think.
Kenyatta, is that you?
I know. I'm trying to think. I think I'm gonna take this one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Marcus Garvey.
Yep. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I mean, don't apologize.
Yeah.
Well,
Play to win.
Yeah. I mean, like, what's blacker than saying, you know what, we're just gonna go back to Africa?
yeah, just like we would really enjoy going back to where the fuck we came from.
Yeah.
And speaking about that, I saw a video not too long ago that was like, I got asked if I was from Africa, and I was like, I was supposed to be. And I was like,
That's a good answer.
damn,
Yeah.
That's funny.
damn.
There's a really good series on Discovery Plus right now that Samuel L. Jackson produced called Enslaved. Beautiful.
Damn.
He
gonna
goes
have to
back
find that
and
out.
figures out his tribe, but then also has a secondary like team that is like exploring sunken slave ships.
Oh, cool.
It's
wow.
really cool. Yeah. Just
That also just like gave me chills, because I think if I watched that, like I would just like I'm the weirdo that gets like super emotional when I'm like watching something on TV, but like totally by myself.
Yeah.
So I just like feel like the single tear rolling down my cheek.
I couldn't.
And I was like, oh
yeah.
my God, like the idea of
Yeah.
like sunken slave ships is like,
Yeah, there's one story
Oh
in
my
there
God.
where the crew intentionally sunk a ship that had
Yeah.
600 slaves on it.
see,
And
That's
No.
tragic.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
some stuff that I can't watch. I can watch more things in a documentary form than I can in a like Watchmen. I could not watch the first scene. The Tulsa
Watchmen was
hard.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I had to turn it off. It was
Yeah.
too traumatic for me.
That's how I felt. I get that way about Jewish stuff. Some Jewish.
Yeah.
The Seth Rogen movie where he plays his own great grandfather.
The pickle thing?
American Pickle.
yeah.
on
I went into
HBO
that-
Max.
What?
On HBO Max.
On HBO Max. I went
Yeah.
into that expecting it to be like fun and lighthearted, and
It's deep.
boy, howdy did it make me cry.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I feel that with the
100%.
documentaries and whatnot.
Yeah.
Reba, what's your answer?
I want to learn something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who is Huey P. Newton?
Oh my lord.
Huey P. Newton's a musician, right?
No, he's
I'm wrong.
Black Panther.
Oh, he's Black Panther.
He
Oof.
was one of the
Oof,
founders
I'm
of the
thinking Huey
Black
Lewis
Panther
and
Party, and was actually allegedly killed by the government.
Yes.
However,
Yeah.
what
Huey P. Newton's
is
the one I'm
the
embarrassed that it was
the
the news.
name? That's great. The there was a film
That just came out, the Fred Hampton one.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? I know
Yeah,
Fred
so that was like his
Hampton.
counterpart.
Yeah, that one
Okay,
that one I haven't watched because it's heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's responsible for the free and reduced lunch or free breakfast program.
Free breakfast program.
That eventually got
For all
adopted by
kids
the
in the
government,
yes.
Fabulous.
and then was very instrumental in like making sure people were educated on their gun rights.
Wasn't the government reacted more to the free lunch program than for the civil rights issues? Or they like got
They hated
violent?
it all.
They hated
They
Yeah.
hated it all. They're just like,
Right.
there's too much knowledge and information being transferred here.
Right.
But yeah, that's who UP Newton is.
Yeah.
So,
Chairman.
Chairman Newton.
Chairman.
so I already know, but I'm throwing it out there. Rahm Emanuel.
Oh, good old Four Fingers.
Yeah.
Does he only have 4 fingers?
Yeah, he's got a nub.
Yeah.
I met
He's a
him
nub
once.
of
He
a-
came to one of my classes. He came to my classroom.
I met him at the Addison Red Line stop.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He seems like the kind of guy who is who he says he is, in like
And worse.
best and worst way.
And worse.
Yeah,
You know,
and worse.
as a teacher, I feel like there's always this like contention with Chicago mayors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't say.
I'm thinking anything when Rahm was, I definitely was out there on the picket line striking under Rahm Emanuel for sure. But I'm not sure like if any of his policies, because Laquan
Oh my God.
happened under Rahm.
Yeah. The documentary 16 Shots.
Yeah.
Yeah. That for me personally, I sobbed like a baby. And I've started having deeper conversations with friends of mine and also just like my parents about fears that they had when I was younger that I just simply was not aware of.
Wait. This documentary is it about athlete, black athlete? No, I'm thinking of something else. Okay,
He was like what, 17 or 18? I forget how
I think
old
it was like
Laquan.
16 or 17.
Yeah.
16.
They shot him 16 times in the middle of the street, and he
16 or 17.
he had
They shot him 16
I think he had a knife.
Yeah.
But they had a gun. you know,
right.
and they were far away from him, and he was actually having a mental health crisis.
And to really drive this further home, Rahm Emanuel saw the footage.
Yep.
And hid it.
And hid it
from the public. And for those that are not aware, the current mayor of Chicago was on that like commissioning board.
Yeah.
So there's, and just even as I think about this, and obviously I'm trying to like mentally connect it back to hospitality, but I'm not even gonna I'm not gonna focus in on that. I just think that it's really important for people to understand the societal and cultural implications of people. Just because they look like us doesn't always mean as if that they are for us.
Yes.
Oh yeah, all skin folk and kinfolk.
That was a hard realization when Rahm was mayor. I was like, oh, a Jew boy in the mayor's office. That'd be great. Nah. Was he mayor when the NATO protests happened and they kidnapped the people in Homan Square? Or was that Daley still?
I feel like that was Daley.
I feel like that
Sounds
was
like
Daley.
I feel like that was
I was
Daley.
not here. Yeah.
You were not
It was
here
like
yet.
I was not here.
Yeah.
That shit is wild.
Yeah.
And still happening. I don't think they've closed Homan Square, really.
No.
Mm-mm.
So it's definitely between the chairman or Mr. Marcus Garvey.
Yeah. What do you got?
Yeah. Which?
Oh, I had the meme guy.
The meme. Oh, you're out.
Yeah. We're out. We're out on this one.
Yeah.
Justin and I are out. It's similar vibes.
I'm sorry. I
Similar
feel
vibes.
like
This is a tough one because they are influential in very different ways.
well, yes,
Is this a Chicago stand?
No, actually, I feel like he's from the Bay Area. Actually,
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I gotta go Marcus Garvey.
You gotta go Marcus?
He literally was like back to Africa.
yeah. I mean, that is the blackest
Sure,
shit.
That is
pretty
the
cool.
blackest
Yeah.
shit. So I would say
it's just
for sure.
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah.
stop. It's like stop leaving my
Yep.
cabinet doors open. Like,
Appreciate
get the fuck out of here.
Thank you.
And also stop slamming my fucking doors.
No disrespect to
you know?
the chairman, of course.
Every
You know,
time
absolutely.
you slam the door, my electric bill goes up.
Yep.
Exactly.
Every
It's
time.
just like stop breathing. Stop breathing. You're running up my light bill.
I'm excited for this late game, though.
Right.
I'm gonna go with Rosa on this round.
Oh,
Rosa,
damn.
Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks.
Well,
Yes.
not
I'm
necessarily
just-
though, because she wasn't the first to.
That's true. She wasn't the
She was.
exact
She was just
first.
the best position to be the
Yeah.
Right.
the spokesperson.
Right.
Stacey Dash. 'cause-
You can put that card away.
Yeah,
I
you
know,
can put that
I
right
know.
back. You can put it right back.
Well, I don't
Yeah.
have anything that's gonna stand up to Rosa
Yeah.
Parks.
Stacey, like, she had a domestic violence incident with her husband, and then she checked that she was white when the cops showed up on the police report. She said she was a white woman.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not doing that. I mean, I
R.I.P.
just gotta yeah, this is a throwaway because Justin Timberlake is one of the most problematic white dudes.
He do be problematic.
That
I'm very disappointed.
that loves,
And I hear he's making a black comeback.
Is he?
What?
Yeah,
He chose to
according to
leave.
who?
Yeah.
According to who?
he's about to do a song with SZA.
Hmm.
So,
Okay,
Damn.
he's bringing it back
Man, I was
to the
bringing it back to his roots.
Yeah, I get.
Yeah, Is it so?
Janet Jackson said to leave him alone, and all of
I don't
a
care what
sudden,
she said.
I don't give a damn about
I don't
that.
care what she said.
I don't give a damn.
I'm
about
not,
that.
We
I'm
leave
not
him
here
alone.
for
He's leaving
him.
himself alone.
I'm just saying.
I'm not over it.
SZA probably felt like, oh, I could like do this now
I guess.
because
Is he from Memphis?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So, and this is where I'm gonna mention like a hospitality bridge, right? Because I feel like in my experience that I have worked with a lot of Caucasian individuals that have come up through Black centric environments, and it gives them just this leeway to not only monetize Black culture, but to also manipulate it in a way to where it minimizes actual Black culture.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, we can say the same thing about like Miley Cyrus. Like she was
Yeah.
dipping in it and she was twerking, and then
But
she
I don't
was
got
like,
Miley
"Okay,
Cyrus.
I got to cloud him out."
Yeah, I'm
right?
just like I got Justin Timberlake, and that's how I feel.
Yeah, I feel like to me, Justin is another Miley though. It's like
Yeah.
it's like commodifying it when it serves me, and then he left and he was doing like what is it, grass something? I don't know the country
have no
terms
idea.
and niches,
Yeah.
Right.
but it's like bluegrass or something
Justin
like
was
that,
doing
right?
bluegrass?
Yeah, he had a whole album that was dedicated to
I
it.
don't remember that.
So I can't get over
Yeah.
his politics in terms of how he treated Brit. Like he made a whole video
Yeah.
crying
Yeah.
the river with a Britney lookalike, sir.
yeah.
That's
Right.
rude.
It was rude. It was so
We're here for
rude.
Brittany now. I got another problematic throw, but it might contend with Rosa for the wrong reasons.
Okay.
And it's
I don't
gonna.
know
I'm
about
gonna.
this.
No, I'm about to get dragged for
Okay.
it. But he is responsible for a lot of people being born. Robert Kelly.
Sir. Sir.
Right.
Sir.
No.
Yeah.
Immediately no.
Immediately no.
Yeah.
That's
Immediately no.
That's fair.
No.
That's fair.
No.
That's fair.
No, not
Rosa Parks
That's
is
real
the
fair.
Yeah,
blackest.
not in Chicago, not during Black History Month.
No.
Not ever.
You're
actually.
killing me, y'all.
No.
You're killing me.
And we're coming up against like Women's Month. No.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
No,
You're
I
doing too
don't.
much.
It was an uphill battle. It was never going to win.
Yeah.
And I am just going to mention in regards to that specific example.
Are your throwaways over here already?
Oh yeah.
No,
Okay,
yeah, I
okay,
already
okay.
gave it. Just the fucking like it bums me out to even fucking say this, but it's just like the prevalent reality of like sexual assault
Yeah.
that happens, and how it's like it becomes compartmentalized throughout the industry because people are like, well, and I've talked about this before, to where you almost have to question what your integrity is worth.
Yeah.
Because people are like, oh, like, I mean, they could never do that because like every time I go in there, like I get hooked up or
Yeah.
like
Right.
I get like a free appetizer. And it's like, bitch, like that fucking appetizer was like $18. Like your integrity is
Yeah.
worth $18.
Yeah.
And yet you are just like out here like riding for like these individuals that
Yeah,
like
who don't give
are
a
out
fuck-
here
don't-
fucking like
don't care
giving
about you.
crazy fucking pastries
Yeah.
that are like laced with shit because you're a fucking psychopath. Like it just like drives me insane. And people always want to be like, well, you have to separate the art from the
No.
artistry. And I'm just like,
You don't have
I
to.
get like,
You can, but you
No,
don't have
I
to.
actually, let me think. Like longer than that. I can't remember the last time I listened to a Future song. I can't separate him from his music because, like,
well, Future's trash.
he's so toxic.
Yeah.
You
don't have to.
Made a whole brand on being toxic.
on toxicity. It's the
Yeah.
craziest thing. So I don't like R. Kelly's not in my catalog.
No, not
Future.
anymore.
So to me, like, I can't separate the two. So I can't relate to people
No.
who can do that.
I have a person blocked in my phone that I have named the streets.
The streets.
There you
So
go.
there's
Yeah.
that. It's just
Yeah.
like, yeah, they belong to the streets, and that's for them, and they can
But
stay
you know,
all
like
the way away.
I was actually having a conversation with like my significant other, and I randomly thought about the movie Knocked Up. I don't know if you remember this movie.
Oh, I remember that.
And Kate
Catherine
Heigl.
Heigl.
Yeah.
Catherine Heigl.
And I was like, the setup of that movie was so creepy
Yeah.
because like they meet at a bar.
Yep.
Yes.
And then they get drunk, go back to her place. He's like in the process of putting on a condom, and she says something to the effect of like, "Hurry up, whatever."
Yeah.
And then he doesn't put it on.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, into that.
Yeah, that hasn't aged very well, has it?
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? Like, and I was like, whoa, but
Yeah.
that was totally fine. Like,
Yeah.
nobody
Totally
batted
fine.
an eye, but I was like,
But if we're gonna use that example specifically, flip it. Because if it was black folks,
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
unless
that
it was
wouldn't have gone.
and unless it was a Tyler Perry production,
Yeah.
It wouldn't have
wouldn't have
happened. It wouldn't
flown.
have
Yeah,
happened.
not on the main screen.
yeah,
No.
not at all.
No, it was
Not
like
at
a blockbuster.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, this is feeling weird for me right now.
Yeah. It's getting weird.
Yeah.
In the words of Nene Leakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me with that being said, I'm gonna go with the Sojourner Truth.
Oh God, you got all the trumps.
I do
I
got
thought I had a
it.
strong
It's a solid hand over here.
yeah.
Sorry, I didn't even. I swear to God, I didn't stack
Yeah,
the
I was
deck.
just like,
Right.
I didn't.
I was like,
Alright,
hold on,
fine.
founder, creator.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Rosa
just get
Parks,
rid of
Marty's
this
garbage.
one.
Nah.
Kanye West.
Get outta here,
Put it down, put it
Kanye.
down,
I thought we
put it
said we weren't gonna
Outta
do this.
here.
Put it down, put it
You
down.
gave it to me.
I
Kanye
didn't.
defended you before.
I'm not defending
Not doing it
anything.
anymore.
I
Tell you what, which Kanye? Because I'll.
okay.
Old Kanye.
Which
All
one?
right,
Oh, that's
listen.
old.
I want the Mr. Old
Listen,
Kanye.
I don't listen
I do.
So what's
to
it gonna
any
be?
Kanye
That
West
Kanye? That
past Pablo. So
Sure.
like Pablo is the cutoff point for
808 for me.
808 after
And
808.
well, no,
I'm done after 808.
Really, I
It was
really
just-
liked My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
He was talking too much trash on Amber at that point.
Yeah, that's
and I
legit.
couldn't
That's
get
also
into
very
it.
true.
that's
That's
I was
also very true.
in college at the University of Vermont,
Mm-hmm.
so I wasn't like learning about the blackness of
Sure.
Kanye West
Fair.
or like
Fair.
what he was
Many-
doing.
yeah,
I was just like taking acid and watching that entire visual album and
That's legit.
taking classes like construction of whiteness to
Yeah.
understand what the fuck is happening.
Right.
I just
Fun
want to be
fact.
clear. I only defended his music.
Well, and then
Well,
that
that's the
also
thing.
goes back to just separating the artist
Exactly,
from
yeah.
the
Exactly,
artistry,
which-
and,
Honestly,
and
yeah.
that is
I don't know if you.
that can be problematic.
I don't listen
That
to Kanye
is
anymore.
problematic.
It is.
You know?
Yeah.
I
Be like, oh man, that album was fire. Even though he murdered like 18 people and like
Right.
cut them up and
Yeah.
ate them, but that album though.
Right.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I
can't
can't do
But
that.
then it keeps going to a certain point though, because then you start like black men are under a ridiculous amount of societal and
pressure,
cultural
yeah.
pressure. However, it is my belief that, you know, a man is always supposed to like respect a woman, is supposed to uplift women. And,
100%,
you know,
yeah.
you can, you know, talk your shit and like whatever. And I'm not negating that. I'm just saying it's just like when it becomes your lifestyle, your reality,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
where you're just like, you know, I'm using all of these high tactical tools that I have
Yep.
to like discredit and like minimize these women.
But also
Yes.
rally people against these same
Exactly.
things. Like,
Like,
it's the weaponization to me.
You know you're one
Yeah,
of the
it
most
is.
visible people in the
Yeah.
world.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just like that, just like, I can't.
And the mother of your children.
Right.
Yeah.
At that. So
yeah.
like for me,
Yeah.
I can't. I don't care how fire this next album is.
Yeah.
I don't care
I
how
know.
dope
I
the
have
next
no
Yeezys
idea
are.
what's-
Yeah,
I don't invest in, and
It's like-
I love sneakers. Like
Yeah.
yeah, but I will never buy a pair of Yeezys.
No,
Yeah.
they're too expensive. Also, they don't fit my fat feet. I've learned that
Most
boosts don't
importantly.
fit.
Yeah,
Most
yeah. Max
importantly.
is, Max is like
Yeah.
actually it just doesn't work for me
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
like they haven't made my size.
They haven't
yet.
made my size. They don't make them in wides.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, fair.
But also, and I love gospel music, so I was really stoked for Kanye to do that. But it's just like I don't know.
Yeah, but also,
But it's just like
I'm
if
also not trying to be
you're, but if
preached
you, but
at.
if you're, but if your
I get that's what
gospel,
golf
if your
is.
there's so much
gospel
hypocrisy
doesn't
within
match,
religion.
Exactly.
Yep.
It was
Yeah.
he's just like a no for me right
Yeah.
now. And
I don't know if he can come back from that.
well, for
it's
me,
a
you can
journey.
come back from fucking saying that we chose slavery.
Yep.
Like that was
How
the
do you come
cutoff
back
point.
from
But
that?
he hasn't come back from that
Yeah,
either.
I was like, yeah.
He has, because do you see how many people bought tickets to go to
He
his
never,
shows
but
since
he never
then?
left because of that. Kanye apologists are like the biggest apologists of all
Well,
music
that's the
fans right now.
Yeah, what's
power
the meme?
of
Is like
him.
Kanye
He
could
doesn't
put
have to
nothing
go
on a CD,
anywhere.
and then
Yeah.
they'll be like, "Oh, that
It was
fire."
fire.
It's like that shit
Yeah.
went so hard.
Like-
that shit went so hard.
None of
And
his new
that's
stuff is
like,
good.
and the
Yeah.
problem
Yeah.
for me is that he has that swag of
Yeah.
blackness
Yep.
that white people are like, he can't do any wrong, and it's
You can't. Do
And
wrong.
because of like societal pressure on black men, black people feel like they have to support him. But I'm like,
But it's
he's
because
having a he's having a mental breakdown, and no one is fucking helping.
It is because
and, like,
in the black culture, it means the world to be gassed up by those that simply do not identify as you. And that means more than anything.
Yeah.
And that is just
That's facts.
Yeah,
It's facts.
it's just like you would rather take all of the acclaim, all of the
hype, whatever.
all of the hype, whatever the fuck you want to call it, because you're just like, you know what? These people think that I'm good.
Yeah.
And that is the problem, in my opinion, with like ascension through anything. Because you're just like, you forget like what it was like when.
Yeah,
What is
and the
the
whole
line?
Trump support, redesigning the MAGA, it's still a MAGA hat. I don't care what finesse you put on it. It represents
white supremacy.
White supremacy.
Kanye,
trauma.
Didn't he have a line was like, yeah, maybe I forgot where I came from? Like, yeah, Kanye, maybe you did forget where you came from.
Yeah, and I don't think it's a maybe.
Yeah,
That's true. We can move on. Kanye.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just like, I can't.
There's a lot to say about it.
What am I gonna put up me versus Journal?
It just makes me
it's
makes me so angry.
You can't put up anything against Sojourner Truth.
I have a random story though.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
About
When I was-
Sojourner Truth?
About Kanye.
Yeah, tell me.
I actually met him.
I'm here for it.
that's
Tell
a
me.
Journal
So when I was in college, I'm not gonna tell you the year, but I was, I went to St. John's in New York City, and my friend was like, at the time I used to work at this clothing brand called 555 Soul.
I know.
Yeah, I used to work at their Soho store.
Nice.
And so she hits me up. She's like, "Yo, what are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm about to get off work. Probably go home." She's like, "Nah, Kanye's having an album release party. You should come. If you're familiar with 555, it's mostly like sweats and like that day I was wearing like literally a coral pink sweatsuit top and bottom. It wasn't appropriate for the shindig. But if she was like, "Nah, it's fine, come." So I come. And I stand out like a sore thumb because everybody is like dipped to the nine.
Yeah.
But he comes over and I'm pretty sure that he's about to kick me and my friend out because clearly we ain't supposed to be here. And he's just like, "Hey, you guys having a good time?" I was like, yeah, appreciate it. He's like, let me make sure you get a drink. How'd you like the album? And I was like, man, I like this guy. And we talked. I was like, I'm from Chicago. He's like, me too. That's the Kanye that I know. I think I can't get away from that. Or I don't want to, but
that's the dichotomy. People who do bad things can still be nice people to you.
100%.
That's why you always hear we were talking about that earlier. Like
100%.
they've always been nice to me.
Yeah, but I clearly see what harm he's doing.
And especially if he's going through his breakdowns and the bipolar stuff, like it's totally understandable to be back and forth. It just sucks. There's no one around him to
tell him the truth.
Well, and again,
hold him accountable.
There's a lot,
and the people that who have been dismissed.
Yep.
Right. Well, because there's a lot of stigma in the Black community in general about mental health.
100%.
And so that's a big that's a big reality.
Yeah.
However, me personally, it becomes a bit of a hindrance that evolves into a choice, because I'm standing by that, because it's like, if you felt as if your actions were problematic, then you would want to
do better.
You would want to do better.
You want to do better.
You want to do better.
Yeah.
And then we see. Sorry.
No.
I was just saying, we were talking about mental health earlier, and we see the drastic effects it can have of having a black man having a mental breakdown in public with Laquan McDonald. Like, there is the true danger of being a black man in public, not mentally healthy.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It sucks.
And I don't want to make it seem like that he should go into hiding or anything like that. Like, I sympathize, have dealt with mental health issues before myself in the past. So my thing is, like, especially when there's so much at stake, you're such a public figure.
Yes.
Everybody is just a yes person around you. At some point, you gotta, I just wish his mom was here, honestly.
Yeah.
I think a lot of this would not be happening if there was a
someone
solid person
to keep him.
a solid person. I think he just punched somebody the other day, 2 or 3 weeks ago. So there's a lot going on, and apparently Julia Fox is not it. So
Okay, keep it.
she got a
TSR
she got a
on her
Birkin
is
though.
Crazy.
She got a
Did you see her
Birkin.
birthday
She got a
party
Birkin.
photo?
She got a Birkin.
Get in, get the Birkin, get out.
No,
With that being said,
Sorry, y'all.
what do you? Who's up next here?
It's you.
that would be me. And oddly enough, it's Drake.
We don't gotta talk about Drake.
So,
I'm not gonna lie, I was heartbroken when he had that baby.
Yeah.
I was like, but what about us?
but what about us?
You know,
That is the whitest baby I've ever seen in my life.
but that baby only a quarter black though.
I know, but
So,
a quarter black, but still got both the blue eyes and the blonde hair.
That's funny.
He looks just like Drake's mom.
He does.
The baby looks like Drake's
Yeah.
mom.
I haven't checked it out.
Adonis. But
Yeah.
you know, like, to me, what I appreciate about Drake is that he changed that woman's whole life. She became a founder of an art foundation.
Oh, did you? Good for her.
You know what I mean? Like, she sells NFTs.
Oh, okay.
It's very interesting because, like,
now.
you think about the people that he's. Well, that's not true because DJ Khaled is very much so for his wife.
Yeah.
But he hangs out. Drake hangs out with Future. But anyway, I do love
Drake was texting Bobby Brown. I don't want anyone to forget that.
Wait.
Bobby,
Bobby
Christina?
whatever Brown.
no.
Chris
No.
Brown?
No.
11
No,
from Stranger
it's-
Things.
Yes, it's like
Oh,
Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, he had that weird stuff.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Brown.
Yeah, right? I was
Let's
like,
just remember Millie Bobby Brown.
Me off that shit.
I don't want to talk to Bobby Brown either.
I was like, what the fuck were
Yeah,
they
the Drake
talking
stuff
about?
with the tween girl is not cool.
Yeah.
They said he had a thing with Kylie. I mean, allegedly.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, you're a grown ass man. Please stop talking to and
Babies.
sexualizing
Don't
babies.
Also,
Or like helping them with their relationships. You're a grown man.
that because that is real predatory behavior.
Real
Yeah,
that
it's like grooming.
That
Right.
exists
Yeah.
in real time
Mhm.
Yeah.
in the hospitality industry.
Mhm.
And there is something that came to my attention of, you know, a chef that, you know, wants to, you know, just, you know, wanting to shoot their shot with, like, you know, a back of house, like, you know, young
Intern or
gun
some
and like
shit.
all of that. And, you know, it just to me it's disgusting.
Yeah.
But also it
It's an abuse of power.
But
It's an
also,
abuse of power
like,
for sure.
there is a culture in which you have entered to where, like, you feel like that's okay
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it's blatant. It's blatant, and like no one's checking you on it, and so like
Yeah.
it's
well,
that's just one of the
it's
many
me.
fractures
Yeah.
of it.
This is
you
like
know?
kind of what we pre-show we were talking
Yeah.
about males who I would identify with as like an incel, but I don't know.
Oh shit!
I don't know. That's
Oh,
maybe like a bit
There's some
much to
real
title
incel
of that, but like they have these podcasts and they're like literally saying or preaching, if you will, that type of like predatory language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's incel behavior. It's
Yeah.
right up.
Yeah, that's real.
I'm not going to throw anything that's going to beat Sojourner Truth, but
Smart move.
Spike Lee,
I'll
who is one of the greatest filmmakers of all time.
argue that.
And
I'll argue against that all day.
Are you against it?
You know
I think in
what?
terms of his effect on the industry and the movies and the like
That part,
evolution of the art.
That part, yes.
that part.
I'm not saying you
but
gotta like him.
pause,
I'm waiting to see what you're going to say
but
because
he's definitely a misogynist.
yes.
Yep.
And
Yep, not a good
no
dude.
offense, like how many times are we gonna see the dolly move?
Yeah.
My God.
Oh, every
My
time.
guy,
I see it every
my
time.
guy, you gotta evolve, my guy.
It's
Oh
like
my God.
it's his signature. He's
In
gonna put it
Black
in every
Lady
movie.
sketch show, when they do the dolly for what is this actress's name? Who does the Hotep?
Oh, I loved
character.
her.
But when they do the dolly,
Yeah.
that is my shit.
No, it's
I
good.
was like,
it's a goofy
yes.
move. But all these filmmakers, like once they get to a certain, they all love like their own like little signature thing.
But it doesn't even, sometimes he'll just do it and you're
Sometimes
like,
he'll
why
just
the
do it,
fuck
yeah.
did that
It doesn't
just
even
happen?
make fucking sense. It doesn't even
I will
make
say
sense.
though, I want this to go on record. Leroy Lindo was robbed of the Oscars. I think is the newest war movie, one of the best war movies of all time. I love Spike Lee.
But Chirac, can we?
I did not watch Chirac. And
Chirac
I
was
probably
horrible.
will not.
It was.
Horrible.
Thank you for
Horrible.
saying that.
Yeah.
Horrible.
I didn't want to watch that.
No, I'm not gonna watch.
Have mad respect for Spike,
Yeah.
but he hasn't grown in his practice.
No, he has not.
No.
Not as much. But Inside Man, incredible heist movie.
I'll give you. Yeah,
Do the Right Thing,
That was-
one of the best of all time.
That was him?
yeah.
that was me.
It wasn't a Spike Lee joint, but it was a Spike Lee movie.
That's Spike Lee.
All right, we got a last card here.
Indeed.
All right,
All
last
right,
one.
I'm
I
hoping
got
I can get a little more.
Kiki Palmer.
Okay, hey, I got you on this one.
Listen,
Yes,
I
love,
cannot fucking
love.
watch movies that have
Sorry to this
slavery
man.
in it, or like, or is some sort of like following of people of color during slavery times. However, I will go see Alice coming out fucking in March. This is not an ad.
No.
But
is
like
not,
the fact that she escapes and realizes it's 1973 and then learns all about the culture and goes back and to potentially burn that shit to the ground, and it's based on a true story.
Really? Is it?
It's-
That's
yeah.
That's not based on true. Come on.
It's based on a true story.
What?
Yeah. Shit like that still happens. People think that they like
I just thought it was like.
belong to whatever region they're in because of like laws and shit, and it's just white
my
people
God.
trying to be
There was a
old.
case. This man was freed from slavery in like 1976 or something.
Yeah.
like that. It was
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
He was kept on the property. He had no idea.
What it was
He had
like
no
out there.
idea.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
White people,
that reality construct is
Because his
Fucking real.
ancestors, everybody
Right. If they
generationally
would have
had
just kept
been,
you, how'd they tell you?
they had no idea, and they were in like a rural area
That's
of the
insane.
country.
That's so fucking whack.
Can you imagine like the culture shock to be like, no, you were born free. You were
Right.
born free.
right.
That's
Wow.
wild.
But you didn't live free though.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I saved Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
Okay.
Not bad,
Oh.
not bad.
Okay.
Hove.
Yeah.
Kanye
Okay.
adjacent. But
For
just
me, he's like the growth, not on his own, but the growth through like the beauty and wealth that is the Black woman.
Mhm.
He did cheat on Beyonce.
He did.
Which is
And-
insane. What level of narcissism do you have to have?
Jermaine Dupri
To
cheated
cheat.
on Janet.
Exactly. How the fuck? You are 5'2",
You know what
sir.
I'm saying?
Like,
He was feeling himself though.
I can't imagine being that having that big an ego.
No,
okay, so this
can't.
is my argument for Jay-Z out there.
Mm-hmm.
It is rare that you see a Black man be criticized
Yeah.
and then do something about it,
Oh,
and then like tries to actually embody that change and keep his family together
all right.
in the process of doing it. And I feel like it's not very
Interesting.
well shown. And like, I would never. You cheat on me, and I will do what my sister-in-law does and stab you in the fucking leg.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
wow.
Yes.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah,
like, well, this-
I have
was
an
like, it is
aunt
now
blood
on the
relative.
record
No,
that is- yes.
it's listen. Don't lie to me in my face.
Oh.
That's fair.
I wasn't
Yeah.
planning on it, and
That's
I
right.
will
Yeah.
never do
Yeah,
it.
it was
Okay.
like, we will not be doing
But,
that.
like,
Yes, correct.
It's noted.
yes.
That was her choice, and to see like the actions actually,
Mm-hmm.
like consequences for the actions, and the actions come from it.
Yeah, that elevator.
I'm,
That
I'm here to
elevator ass
see it
whooping.
because if we're like letting, oh girl,
Solange,
Yeah.
Solange.
yeah,
That was great.
Everybody
Love
needs a
Solange.
Solange.
She whipped that
Love
ass.
Solange.
and
Yes.
like all the black ass shit that he has been trying to do, and
Yeah,
since-
like Jay-Z and Beyonce
So, yeah.
have been responsible for bailing out
Yep.
lots of protesters over
Yeah.
the last.
I mean, I acknowledged
And-
my
and,
level
like-
of blackness because
Mhm.
of Beyonce becoming black officially to white people in 2016.
wild
so-
business.
That's a great joke.
Wild business.
It's real though,
Yeah.
and I will say it till the end of time.
That's real.
What you got for us, Justin?
Well, as we're wrapping up this round and sadly this episode, I think it's really important. We do Jimi Hendrix.
All right.
Yeah, he's underrated.
Yeah.
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 But although like he technically really pandered to a white audience,
Yeah, but
but influential nonetheless.
Mhm.
Yeah.
absolutely. And so, would one say that you were just not you, but Jimmy, like I knew him, was playing the game?
Yeah.
Because the game essentially was created by white folks.
Or
And
he
it's
just
like-
liked
it's
that
Capitalize
shit.
off black
Or maybe-
music, yeah.
Or he
Maybe-
just liked that shit and it was like other black people might like this shit too.
Who-
And like starts
Yeah.
starts the beginning of the conversation of you can be black and like not traditionally black tokenized
Mhm.
shit.
It is nice to see. It was nice to see, and like it was nice to see as if I was there. A black man finally like get his dues for creating the music that everyone else profited off of. You know, 100%. Elvis and whatnot.
Right.
I'm gonna come back with I think a card that I've been saving, Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Damn.
No.
No. You know what? For him to actually like give up his title,
Right?
because he would not serve in the overseas
Vietnam
in the
War.
Vietnam War.
The Viet Cong ain't never called me nothing.
Yeah, because he was just like, you guys are just over there killing black men. You're putting them on the front lines. I'm not doing it. And he had to lose his belt for it. So a part of me is like,
It's an interesting round.
yeah, but I would love to hear this. No.
So there was. I wish I remembered exactly what the context was coming in, but he like voted for Trump and supported his campaign.
Did he know what he was doing?
And
But at that point,
yes,
did he know what he was
and
doing?
his children
I
were
don't
doing
know.
it with him, and it's sort of like this is the thing. This is the thing. I
don't know if I believe this.
So, devil's advocate, what sort of action negates everything positive?
Yeah.
That's fair.
How far does
voting
it go?
for Trump for me is one of those.
Okay, yeah.
Just because of
I don't know if I believe. I don't know if he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
Maybe it was dementia.
When
When did he
mean,
pass away? He's not still around, is he?
I don't think he's still around.
No, Muhammad Ali has
Is he?
passed.
He's passed.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
Can we get
I
some
don't-
confirmation?
Trump?
Can somebody Google?
Yeah, so thank you.
When did he pass away? Was he even around during Trump's presidency?
Yeah, when did he pass away?
Because I just
2002?
4 or 5 years ago?
Okay.
Exactly.
Can we get a year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he might not have been. I would be.
He was doing bad.
What?
When he was doing
2016. Oh, shit. So he
2016.
might have. What month in 2016?
Oh my God! Y'all are on a hope and a prayer.
Nah, it was because
earlier in November.
Listen, I'm just gonna say that Trump said that some people there was
June?
illegal voters.
So did he vote for him?
June?
We don't know if he actually voted.
June 2016.
But
So wait, when was the election? Because aren't elections in
election,
November?
yeah.
November.
So,
So see,
I don't know.
I don't know
So
if
I
I,
don't think he
believe
was-
it.
was he on the campaign trail though? I remember
Oh, that might
seeing
have
that
been a
shit.
Can someone please
I don't
confirm
know.
if this
Listen,
man was
no.
on the campaign
I
trail?
think whether or not he voted for Trump, he's one of the greatest black champions of all time of any sport.
Okay.
I can't let you do him like that.
All right.
I can let you
Trump
do
or no
I
Trump?
hope
do Cassius
everyone-
Clay like that, but not on Muhammad Ali. I tell you that.
Damn.
That's real.
I feel like. Yeah.
Did we get confirmation if he
Yeah.
was on the campaign trail?
Please tell me if he's a.
Oh no, Trump likes him. Of course,
Oh,
Trump
Trump
likes him.
That
likes
doesn't
him.
count.
Of course, Trump likes him. Trump likes anybody who's big shit.
Listen,
He likes to name drop. So
I'm
I
sticking to my
can't-
guns.
Okay.
That's
I'm
fair.
sure they
That's fair.
interacted at some point.
That's fair.
I've
No,
made
for
a
sure.
choice.
No, for sure.
That's legit.
I'm-
And Nariba, I respect your choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a safe space. He did endorse Reagan.
Oh well, that's that.
Oh,
okay,
Reaganomics
that's
is bad.
that's
Reaganomics,
bad. That's
I was
worse.
right. I'm like, all right.
He was real rich at the time, which isn't an argument for
No.
him, but
No.
it's an
That's
excuse.
basically the argument that OJ would make, though.
Yes.
Yeah, but OJ wouldn't win either.
And OJ ain't even in this round.
OJ's not in this round.
Fuck OJ. I can't do it.
Wait, so what do we have? Kiki,
Kiki, Jay-Z,
Jay-Z.
Jimi Hendrix.
Jimi
Hendrix.
Hendrix, Muhammad Ali. This is a hard one.
I would personally like go with Muhammad, honestly. Like,
Yeah. Just for the quote about the Viet Cong, I think is so influential to the way we view race relations in America. Like,
Yeah.
you're right. Like none of these people
Yeah.
ever insulted me. Like I really have never had a bad interaction with anyone from Iraq or Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Like, why would I?
Yeah.
I do not vote for Muhammad Ali.
I
I don't vote for
just-
myself either, but I don't vote for that one.
I gotta, I had to give it out to my dude, Jimmy, because you
Voting
know,
for yourself. Voting for yourself.
I mean,
or-
we're still two to whatever.
No, it's
Yeah.
2 to 1 to 1.
2 to 1 to
we're
1,
voting.
yeah.
You and me are voting for Muhammad Ali.
That's still
'Cause
majority, though.
It is a majority, unfortunately.
Take it.
Yeah,
It's
it's
fine.
majority
It's fine.
rules
It's
on
fine.
that.
I'll take a grudging win. Y'all
Like,
can
it doesn't have to.
be
You're like, it doesn't have to be celebratory, so it's fine.
I already won with Justin Bieber. Shit.
Okay, well, I lost, so
Yeah, I
there's
actually
that.
came in strong with 3 books.
Yeah,
you did.
you beat me.
So I'm
Okay.
pretty
I
solid
got
over
two.
here.
Okay, great.
Sorry about that. Sorry.
Don't
Sorry for your
apologize.
loss.
Yeah, no. Thank you so very much. This was great. So let the loser speak.
Yeah.
So as we are coming up on time, I want to make a pretty significant statement as to why we decided to invite Kenyatta and engage in such like really a beautiful exercise.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah,
This is great.
Yeah,
Not scared anymore.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
you knew everybody that you had.
Except for Huey P. Newton,
fair.
which I
Yeah.
learned about
There you
now.
go.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
didn't
you
know
got
about
the
Fred
knowledge.
Hampton.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Yeah, and so it's one of those things to where when you're able to draw like these past parallels to your present, you can then start to really hold people to task and overall accountability to create better realities, not only for themselves but also their communities and their laborers as well.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
And if we don't facilitate conversations like this, if we don't endorse conversations like this through this vessel, I feel like we're all missing out. So
100%.
thank you so
Yeah, my
much.
pleasure.
There's
My
that star
pleasure.
again. The more you know.
And
No, but thank you. It's wonderful. This was a lot of fun.
where can I get it though?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, where can we find?
Yeah,
like, all
you
of
can
this
you can
stuff?
grab it on tradingracesgame.com.
Nice.
It's also, if you want it super fast, you can get it on Amazon, but don't support Jeff
No.
Bezos.
Right. Also
Yeah.
that.
But yeah, you can get in those 2 spaces.
great.
Every once in a while,
Yeah.
if I'm feeling
you got
cheap.
some packs with it.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's like expansion packs and stuff. So there's a Chicago pack, there's a Stay Woke, there's an Uncle Tom expansion. So you can kind of like continue to add cards to
What
the
what
game.
does the Uncle Tom expansion mean?
Oh.
Yeah, like so there is a connotation like
Right.
if somebody is not necessarily for the Black culture,
Yes.
we would call
Placating.
them we call them Uncle Tom, right?
Right.
Yes.
Oh, no.
So there's a pack for that, and this
Oh,
one
man.
features people like Ben Carson,
Oh God. Ben
Dr.
Carson,
Uncle
Ben
Tom.
Carson blocked
Yeah.
me on Twitter.
That's hilarious.
And that was one of the best days
That's
of my fucking
amazing.
life.
That's
I
awesome.
used to tweet at Ben Carson until I was blue in the face.
That's so funny.
I love it.
God, I hate me
Used to
some
tweet.
fucking Dr. Ben
He's
Carson.
a great example of like how
Of a piece of fucking
genius
shit
in
who
one
doesn't give a
specific
fuck.
situation
Yeah.
does not mean that they're a genius in all situations, because that man was like legitimately a world changing brain surgeon, right?
Yeah,
Don't care.
And is a fucking idiot in every
Don't
other
care.
or was.
Don't care.
it was
Don't care.
devastating.
An enemy to the culture. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's some
That's how I feel.
some other cards you can kind of add into the
Tense.
I don't think I'm gonna buy that.
That
back, but
was
that's fine.
tense.
Well, it's
You
like
personally
I
as a
do.
weapon.
I just like
Yeah.
you could have said like anything else, and I was just like, "That's my trigger."
Yeah.
Fucking
no,
Dr.
I get
Ben
it.
Carson.
I get it. It's,
Fuck that man.
well,
Yeah,
you
that's all
know,
good.
hilariously enough, the Uncle Tom expansion is dedicated to fucking up your whole hand. So,
Yes, yes,
That's
yes,
amazing.
yes,
There you
yes,
go.
yes.
That's so
All
so it
right.
all works out.
Yes. So,
But yeah, you can grab it in those 2 spaces. Every once in a while, I'll do a pop up around Chicago. But those are
Hell yeah.
fewer and far between because of the
Yep.
panorama.
The
Yup.
panorama indeed.
That's
Old
real.
girl panorama.
Yeah, and so also before you go, Kenyatta,
Before I let you
before I let you go, it is Black History Month, and
It
you
is.
have this black ass game.
Black ass.
Yes. What's a quote that you would like to leave us with,
Ooh.
and how can we find you personally
Oh,
out in the internet?
quote. I wasn't. You supposed to give me that in the show notes.
Yeah, I'm just like no,
Show
no.
notes.
Now I got to go to my notes,
Yeah.
Max.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Love the notes. I take fastidious notes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. No, there's my favorite quote in this Black Ass Month. Let me see if I can pull it up. Actually, is by James Baldwin, nonetheless.
Love it. Yes.
And I don't think it's gonna work. I'm not gonna be able to pull it up fast enough. But he has a quote on blackness. Let me see if I can, off the cuff, kind of give you the high level. Nope, It's not there.
Okay.
That's real sometimes. Though.
Yeah,
That's
no,
fine.
it's
I feel like
but
almost
I have
anything
no-
from James Baldwin is.
Yeah, it's true. Basically, he was just talking about like being Black in America, essentially. And I guess kind of what we've been talking through this whole game, and it's not a monolithic. Like it's not a singular experience. It's really malleable.
Right.
And we all experience it very differently.
Absolutely.
So that would kind of be, I'll find it and maybe I'll just text it to you later.
Perfect.
Yes,
and
like
then
a real
go ahead
human.
and we'll go ahead and drop it in.
Yeah, put it in the show notes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then what was the other question?
No, where can we find you personally
me?
on the
If you wanna be found.
No,
If you
that's
wanna be
fine.
found.
Yeah, you can find me. I'm like if I say anything or do anything and I need to be canceled, it's going to be really easy to find me. So it's just either Kenyatta.Forbes or Kenyatta_Forbes, depending on the restrictions of the platform.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. So it's like I said, like if I get canceled, they know exactly where to come.
Well,
Yeah. So
here at Terms of Service, we do not believe in cancel culture. We believe in that of consequence culture. So,
Hey.
just
Hey.
like if things come up to where it's just like, oh, like fuck this, just like we provide everyone a road to redemption.
love it.
So there's that.
Love it. Although I'm sorry, Kanye's.
Oh no, I'm just like
Not for me.
I'm just like
Not
no,
for
no, no,
me.
no,
I
I'm
went
just
to-
like,
I
no,
went to
no,
look
no,
you
no,
up,
like,
and he's
like,
no,
He's posted like 3 grams since we started this recording. It's insane.
No. I'm fine. I'm fine
Leave
on
it
that
for
one.
Candace to clean it.
Oh my god. No. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
Actors.
So doing the things that I know that we need to do.
Yep.
I would love to, thank our home studio, so Blind Barber. Thank you so much for hosting this necessary conversation. Also, our dear friends at Ritual Beverage. And in addition to that, we do believe that the secret ingredient in any sort of beverage is ice. And we want to give a special shout out to our friends at Quarry Ice, which again is a second
really doing
chance
it.
program. And they make, thank you, Max, they cut their ice with the same steel that is used to make, samurai swords. And that is dope as hell. Also, forever and always, I want to give a shout out to the Garnet team for making these delicious offerings. Also, thank you
Thanks,
so
Brian.
much to Cortez for all things
Yes.
documentation. Daniel, you're amazing. Marcus Drake on the editing side, who had to leave early. Also, thank you so much for joining us, Max. We love you so very
Yes.
much.
Pleasure.
And
Love
it's
you too.
always always great to have you on mic.
Great to be here.
And
Where can we find you?
I am online at Zuckert Alert, Zuckert
can take it
Alert,
right out of my
everywhere. Hopefully, I'll be doing a little more fancy cocktail, but mostly my gram is this right now in terms of service, which I am here for.
Great. And we're here for you. And on that note, I am Justin Arnett Graham, and you can find me on Instagram under This Is Biko.
If you want more hot takes from me on the daily during my depression, you can find me at Rebaru, Rebaru, on the gram as well. Good night.
Stay black.